'Cause yeah, sometimes we'll feel alone. In a second I'll be right there. Turn around, let it rain. Turn around and let it rain on me.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another meal prep video. I am so happy that you joined me today. If you are new here, my name is Jennifer. I am 46 years old and I've been doing the WW plan since September 2019, almost 2 years, and I've lost between 70 to 72 pounds. I kind of keep fluctuating up and down a 2-pound range, but I basically have 2 or 3 more pounds to reach my goal. My husband and I started meal prepping like this shortly after I started doing the WW plan, which then kind of led into me starting this YouTube channel. So if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and that notification bell. I would love to have you join me here. And also follow me over on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram handle for you here as well. And then I also have a really good Facebook group. It is linked down in the description box below, and it is called Finding Our Way. I will leave the icon here for you so that you know what you're looking for whenever you search for that Facebook group, or you can just click that direct link and it will take you straight to it. So another thing before we jump right into the video, what we are cooking today. So we're going to make the Skinnytaste dishes meatball sub bubble up. So I have my recipes printed out here, and I'm also making her slow cooker marinara sauce, which I already have that going in the slow cooker. We only need 1.5 cups of the marinara sauce, and then I'm going to freeze the rest of it because next weekend I will use it because I think we're going to make spaghetti. I'm going to make easy meals on next Sunday's meal prep because we will have our granddaughter that day and it will be hard for me to video and prep. So just to try to make things simple, we are going to try to plan ahead a little bit. And then for our other meal, we are making, and this is from Skinnytaste, honey balsamic grilled chicken and vegetables. So this is that recipe, and I've made this one time before. It's really good. You basically marinate the chicken in like a pesto and herb mixture, and Charlie is going to actually grill that on the grill. Y'all would have seen him probably put it in a bowl and put the marinade on top of it, and so that is currently sitting in the refrigerator. He has run to Lowe's to look at flooring. Y'all know we've kind of been trying to pick out flooring. The saga continues. We shall see. I think Charlie's going to end up trying to lay the hard flooring himself just to save us money, not necessarily save time, but everything is just so expensive, and to get the color that we want and for him to be able to do it when he is on vacation here in a couple of weeks, I think he's just going to have to bite the bullet and do it. And so he's just going to go through and try to do one room at a time. So he is running to Lowe's to look at that before we make our final decision. And then when he comes back, he will grill the chicken. I have the vegetables and stuff already chopped up that he's diced up for me. Those I will just roast in the oven, and then along with that I am going to make some quinoa. And also, along with the meatball sub bubble up, I'm just going to roast some broccoli. I just have some broccoli florets. I'll probably just throw them on a sheet pan and roast them along with these other vegetables, and I'll just season them up. Here's Nico. Y'all can't see him. You want to see Nico? Okay, so here's Nico. Say hello, Nico. So I'm going to go ahead and we are going to roll right into the video. Thanks, guys. Say bye. Say hi. Nico won't look at the camera. He doesn't see the camera unless I bring him up real close. He's the sweetest boy, y'all. Okay, let's get to cooking, guys. Okay, guys, I'm getting ready to jump in the shower and get ready real quick. Charlie is going to do his prep. I think I have everything out for his prep today. So over here we have my normal stuff. Sorry, I got that piece of paper in my hand. Over here we have my normal cantaloupe, pineapple, my 3 bell peppers, my tomato, and my blueberries that we would normally do. Now, this cantaloupe, after we got it home, if you watched my grocery haul video, as soon as I touched that little spot, it poked a hole in it, and I could almost poke a hole right there. So Charlie thinks this one is rotten, which we did run into Sam's Club yesterday, and I picked up another one there. So he is going to check this one to see if the whole thing is rotten and or overly ripe or something, and then he's probably going to have to open the other one. We shall see. Of course, Nico's here. Oh, here comes Luna too. And then we are doing the balsamic glazed honey balsamic grilled chicken and veggies from Skinnytaste, and so that's what the chicken is for. And then along with that we are doing some, oh, I didn't get the zucchini out. I knew I was forgetting something. So I need to get the zucchini out, but we have some zucchini, asparagus, and bell peppers that I'm just going to roast in here in the oven. Here's what the food looks like if you want to see that. And he is going to grill the chicken. And on the chicken, I will put oil, balsamic vinegar, honey, and a little bit of salt together and season it up like that. It actually says to marinate it with the pesto, garlic, red pepper flakes, lime juice, and half a teaspoon of salt, at least for 1 hour overnight for best results. So I guess I will come in here and mix that up and try to get it marinating, and then he can throw it on the grill later. He is going to have to make a run to Lowe's at some point, and anywho. And then for our other meal, for the meatball sub, bubble up, I don't think there's anything that he has to prep. Yeah, there's nothing really. There is some grated zucchini in here, but I will probably just grate that whenever I go to make the meatballs. Plus, the zucchini that we got, y'all, is huge. It's the biggest zucchini I think I've ever seen. Where is the zucchini? Is it in the garage? Yeah. Oh, we had to put it out in the garage refrigerator. That's why it's not in here, because it would not fit. When we get all those groceries, everything is crammed in. Sorry if it's dark. I do have some broccoli florets. That's going to be my side for the meatball sub. And then, see all my Premier Protein shakes. Y'all know I always keep stock of everything. And then we do have this cantaloupe from Sam's Club here. Here's this Sam's Club hummus, by the way. I need to see if my daughter will take that. She left some food here yesterday, so I don't know if they're going to come back and get it or not. But here are the zucchinis. Let's go back in. So if I wanted a big zucchini like this, I would never get it from the store. But, you know, I just asked for 4 because I wanted 3 for my sheet pan veggies. And then I wanted 1 to grate. So we're going to have a lot of zucchini. I mean, these are like overgrown. Look at that. But anywho, so we're going to slice 3 of these up or dice them. I can't remember exactly. I'll have to look to tell Charlie how to do it, and then probably the smallest one we will just save to grate, because I know I will not need that much for the meatballs. We shall see. Of course, Nico's checking everything out. Is everything past your inspection, Nico? Huh? Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head to the shower. Charlie's got a lot of prep work to do. That is what the plan is for the day for the broccoli florets. I don't know exactly how I'm going to cook them yet, if I'm going to do them in the oven, on the skillet, or what. I just thought that would be a good side to go along with the meatball sub thing. So, you know, I'll season it up good, and yeah, it'll all be delicious. So that is the plan. We are super late today because we slept in until after 9 o'clock. It's almost 11, and I'm just now heading to the shower. Yay. And it's so beautiful and sunny. I really wouldn't go out there. Let's see. And get in the pool. I thought it was supposed to rain today. It was a little rainy yesterday. But look, of course it's gorgeous today. So we shall see if I work straight through or if I take a break and go float in the pool for a little while. We'll see what happens. Okay, guys, before I jump into the shower, I am going to go ahead and make the marinade so that whenever Charlie gets the chicken done, he's just going to put it in a big bowl and go ahead and let it marinate in the refrigerator. So for the marinade, okay, so I need 3 tablespoons of pesto. You can either do homemade or store-bought. I'm just going to do this store-bought. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then we need a clove of crushed garlic. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of this minced garlic. Just going to kind of do a good heaping teaspoon. It says a clove. That should be about equivalent to a clove. It also says we need the juice from half of a lime, so I'm just going to put it in my little thing here and put it right in there. Calls for 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And then we're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And so this is going to be the marinade for the chicken, and then Charlie is actually going to grill this on the grill. So once he gets through trimming up my chicken pieces, he's going to slice each one of these breasts in half lengthwise so that they're nice and thin. We're probably going to do like 4 of them. I think there's 5 in a pack, and then we'll save the other one. Next weekend I'm going to use up some of my frozen chicken breasts when I make my taco soup. And then I'm also doing spaghetti next weekend because we will have my granddaughter next Sunday, and so I have to do easy meals. It will be hard for me to video with her here. I can't spend the whole day in the kitchen. So anyway, here is our marinade. It's looking and smelling good. If you like pesto, then you'll really like this. And this did come out really good the last time. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put together this slow cooker marinara sauce so that it is ready for me. And I know, I'm sure a lot of y'all have used this before. It's from the Skinniest dish, and it needs 8 garlic cloves. So I'm just going to use this minced garlic, and I guess I'm just going to try to put in like what I think would be 8 garlic cloves. We'll see here, which this is a tablespoon. So I'm probably going to put like 5 or 6 of them. I think that'll be good. Seems like a lot of garlic to me. And then we need 3 cans of crushed tomatoes. So I have 3 cans, 28 cans of the Hunt's crushed tomatoes. So I'm going to put those in. There's 1 and 2 and 3. And then we need 2 cans of the fire roasted diced tomatoes. So I'm going to use the Hunt's as well. I've got 2 of these. There's 1 and 2. Now she says that you can use an immersion blender or put it in a blender if you want it smoother, I guess, because of the chunky tomatoes. But I personally don't mind these. They don't bother me. So I'm just not going to worry about that step, but you can always do that if you want to. It also calls for a large onion diced. We are not going to put the onion in. And then the rest is just seasonings, which I have it all mixed up in this bowl here already. But what it is 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, 2 tablespoons of dried basil, 1/4 of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1 1/2 teaspoons of kosher salt, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. So I have all that mixed here, and we are just gonna stir it in real good. And we're gonna put it in the slow cooker. She says to cook on low for 8 to 10 hours. I'm gonna put it on high because I really need it to kind of be done for me to do the meatball sub bubble up thing, because I need just 1.5 cups of it. And then like I said, we'll put the rest in a couple of freezer bags and use it next weekend for our spaghetti sauce. And this is a 0-point sauce on all plans, green, blue, or purple. And this recipe is from the Skinniest dish, the one that I'm using. So that's it. We're going to pop her into the crock pot on high. Hers again says to cook on low, but I don't have that time. I should have put this on a lot earlier, but we've got the day started late today.
Really bad, got a whole lot of problems, but they're always by you. I'm trying my best, but I don't know how to solve them. I don't know what to do. I need some time on my own to figure out what I want. 'Cause baby, right now I don't know. Feels like I'm riding solo. You got me thinking about all of the problems in us. I know it's sad, but we both know. Maybe it's time that I let you go. I know it's sad, but we both know. Maybe it's time that I let you.
ready to throw together my fruit bowls. I've got my cantaloupe, pineapple, and blueberry here, so let's get it together real quick.
I'm a mess. Don't know how I got here, but I'm blessed. Didn't know it'd take me past my destiny. You're behind me with the rest, 'cause I'm a mess. No more you,
And I go home. You said things could only get better. I needed more than ever. They don't. How can I believe you when everything is see-through? Everything is see-through. Everything is see-through. Everything is see-through. How can I believe it when everything is see-through? You see through. Gotta make space for the new you, like I'm old news in your review mirror. It must be nice you went and got a penthouse. All your friends partying is real loud.
Okay guys, here are my completed fruit bowls, yogurt bowls, tomato, and diced peppers, which I actually have 7 containers of fruit but only 6 containers of yogurt because I did not eat one of my fruit bowls yesterday, and so I felt like it wasn't that fresh enough to keep it. I picked out what I could and ate it with my lunch today, and I still have a yogurt left over, so that's why I took 1 container away, because I realized that I still have a yogurt. It's still perfectly fine because it came out of the same container that I did half of these with. I did have to open a new one as I was doing it, but anywho, so the yogurt's fine. So I do have another yogurt in the refrigerator left over, and then I made my 7 fruit bowls. These are my diced peppers. I use these for my scrambled eggs and to make on my pizzas. And then, of course, my tomato that Charlie sliced for me for my sandwiches for the week. So I'm going to get this in the fridge, and then we are going to get started on the meatball bubble up, I think. Okay guys, we're getting ready to start on the meatball sub bubble up. So basically we have to make the meatballs. We're going to saute those in a skillet, and then we will arrange everything into the casserole dish and bake it in the oven. So I am going to make a couple of modifications because she calls for a medium zucchini grated, which I do have a really large zucchini, so I'm probably only going to grate about half of that because I don't really want to overdo it on the zucchini. A teaspoon of celery salt and 2 tablespoons of dried minced or chopped onion. I'm not going to use the celery salt or the onion. What I'm going to use is my Mrs. Dash tomato basil garlic seasoning. I think I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons of this in there to season it up because I know that it will give the turkey a good flavor. I was going to use the Southwestern one, but it didn't smell as Italian-y, I guess, as this one does. So I think I'm just going to go with this one because I've been eating it in my turkey burgers and I know that it is good and that it will give the turkey a good flavor. So that's what we are going to do. And so to make the meatballs, we're basically going to have to go in with our hands. I took my rings off because there's really no other way to do it. So sorry if that seems a little gross to you, but it is what it is. So yeah, we need 3 tablespoons of olive oil, an ounce of grated Parmesan cheese. I need to get that out. 1 pound of extra lean ground turkey. I got 2 pounds. Why did I get 2 pounds of extra lean ground turkey? Oh well. So for some reason, I could have sworn that the recipe called for 2 pounds of extra lean ground turkey. I must have been thinking about maybe the chili recipe from last weekend or something. So we may have some extra meatballs, but that is the beauty of being on the blue plan. Turkey is 0, so we will just see. If I have some left over, then I may just pat them out and make me a couple of turkey burgers out of it. The only difference will be is it will have the zucchini in it. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to actually use the olive oil because I feel like that can make it less points. If I feel like 3 teaspoons of olive oil is a lot, I might just do 1 just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then we'll do the Parmesan cheese, the zucchini, and then the Mrs. Dash tomato basil. So let me get everything together and we will get it started. Okay guys, and I had already opened both packages of that ground turkey, so I have the 2 pounds in here. Otherwise I would have only opened one of them, but I literally was trying to get stuff done ahead of time and I went ahead and opened both of them. But it is what it is. It is okay. We are just going to use it. We are still going to use 1 ounce of grated Parmesan cheese. So what I'm going to do is set this on here. I'm going to switch it over 2 ounces, and then I'm just going to take this out until it is negative 1 ounce, which that's negative 0.4. That's actually quite a bit of Parmesan cheese. Okay, there we go. Negative 1 ounce of grated Parmesan cheese. This is just the Kroger brand. And then we are going to just grate some zucchini right into the mixture. And honestly, y'all, I'm not the best grater, so we probably will speed through this process. We shall see here how this works.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby. I can't sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different.
Okay, so there's my grated zucchini. I think that's enough. I don't want to overdo it with the zucchini. Like I said, this was a really large one, so I might just chop that up and put it in with the zucchini that I'm gonna bake to go along with my honey balsamic glazed chicken. So anywho, I got that in there. Now the only other thing I'm gonna do is a couple of tablespoons of this Mrs. Dash. Again, her recipe does not call for this. I'm just making this up myself because y'all know I like things kind of spicy. So I figured Mrs. Dash tomato, basil, garlic, you can't go wrong with it. It's such a good flavor. And I think that's it. Oh, the olive oil. Let's just do just a little drizzle. So we'll just say it's like 1 teaspoon of olive oil that I'm going to put in there. I feel like 3 teaspoons is too much. I'm going to mix it with a spoon, but then I am going to go in with my hands. I'm curious to see how these taste with the zucchini added into them. Alright, we're going in with our hands, because it's not mixing that well. Ooh, it's cold. I personally never cooked anything with celery salt. Let me know if y'all have used that, what it tastes like. But I feel like, you know, Charlie and I really like our stuff kind of spicy. So I felt like the meatballs were going to be bland, and then there's really not that much other seasoning. What we do after this is cut up the biscuits and put in the bottom of the baking sheet. And then the Skinnytaste dish marinara, 1.5 cups of that, some shredded mozzarella cheese, and then it does call for 1/2 cup of diced onions, which I'm not going to use, but I do think that I'm going to use some of the diced green chilies. I bought a can of those. And I've got a paper plate here. I'm just going to eyeball it and roll out the meatballs. Hers actually says mini meatballs. So I'm just going to do like a normal size meatball since I kind of have double the turkey in here. And I think I'm going to come out with the perfect amount for the casserole for us. So that's what I'm going to do. It's about a normal size meatball. Oh, it actually says not to add the olive oil into this part, so I'm glad I only put a little bit. Ha! See, I don't read all my directions ahead of time. It'll be fine though. I'm not going to add any more to the skillet. I'm just going to use my olive oil spray, was what I was thinking.
Go on, blow up your ego, your undeniable, undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes, with his humble lack and everlasting ego. I guess it never hit you, our conversation takes two, paying it some interest from time to time.
Okay guys, here are the meatballs. Now we're going to move over to the stovetop and we are going to cook those in a large skillet. She said you may have to do them in 2 batches because you don't need to like overcrowd the skillet, so we shall see. And then after they are done, we will put those in the baking dish, and then it's going to bake in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. So let me kind of get cleaned up here and we will get started cooking these. Okay guys, so I'm just going to use this large skillet. We will see how many we can cook in there. I'm going to spray that. I also have my casserole dish over here. I'm just going to lightly spray the inside of that because while the meatballs are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and cut up my biscuits. This is a 7.5 ounce can of biscuits. I bought a little 4-pack of these. I'm going to freeze the other 3 cans of these. I hope that they freeze okay because I don't want them to just sit in the refrigerator and expire. So anyway, let's place our meatballs in here. I probably will have to cook these in 2 batches just to not overcrowd the pan. Okay, I think that's about half of them. We're going to brown these. I'm going to cut up my biscuits and get this ready and go ahead and portion out the marinade that I need. The marinara that I need. She calls for 1.5 cups. I'm probably going to just do 2 cups just since I have some extra meatballs. And it's 0 points, so it doesn't matter. I cannot get this open. I'm on the wrong end. So I'm just turning them to make sure that they're browned on all sides. They're cooking fairly quickly, if you can tell. So I'm almost done with this batch, and then I'm going to wipe the skillet out because it's kind of turning black in the bottom where it got real hot. And then we will do the next batch. So while my meatballs are finishing up, I'm going to get my cheese ready. So it calls for 1 cup of part skim mozzarella cheese. So I'm going to use half a cup of half a cup of the part skim mozzarella, and then half a cup of the fat-free, just to save for a little bit of points in that way as well. I've just got out a little measuring cup here, and so we're going to do half a cup of each, which actually will be 56 grams of each. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So that's 56 grams of each one of those. And I'm going to plug this into my calculator before the end of the video, and then that way we know exactly how many points mine comes out to, because I didn't use but 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and I used half fat-free mozzarella cheese. So I think that's the only things that may change the points. But let me get these browned up, and then we will get the casserole put together. I'll be back. Alright guys, so I have my meatballs ready. They are all browned up. So cut up your biscuits and add them to the casserole dish, and then pour the sauce over the biscuits. So I'm just going to pour my sauce over. I've kind of been letting this sit here and cool for a little bit, but it's still pretty hot. And then it says to add the meatballs kind of evenly across here so they are proportioned out. So that's what we're going to do. And then it says to top with the shredded cheese and the green onions. Let me get my peppers, my green chilies, And I did drain out most of the liquid from the green chilies. So I'm just going to go ahead and add those and then put the cheese on top. And then it says to bake uncovered for 30 to 35 minutes. I think this is going to be delicious, y'all. It's looking really good. And we're going to go in with our cheese. So there we go. We're going in the oven. It's preheated to 375. I'm just going to put it in for 30 minutes and then check it. It'll probably be done at that point. And then we'll see the finished product. Okay guys, we just got the meatball sub bubble up out of the microwave. We just got the meatball sub bubble up out of the oven. It's looking and smelling delicious. And yeah, can't wait to try it. It is very, very hot. I'm going to let it cool. I actually have my broccoli over here. I'm going to season it up real quick, and we're going to pop it in the oven while it's still preheated. And then Charlie's fixing to throw the chicken on the grill, and while that's on the grill, I'm going to cook the veggies that go along with the chicken as well. Okay guys, so Charlie is taking the chicken out to put it on the grill. It has been marinating now in the refrigerator for well over 4 hours, I guess. And I'm going to do the sheet pan veggies. I have my broccoli here that's going to go along with the meatball sub. And then I have the diced up zucchini, peppers, and asparagus that's going to go along with the chicken. I'm going to get both of these ready to throw in the oven. And then there is like a marinade, not a marinade, but like a glaze or something. It's the oil, balsamic vinegar, honey, and salt. And that gets poured over the chicken and the veggies once it's done. Otherwise, we will just season the veggies and roast those in the oven. Then we will pour that over all of it once it's done. It is really delicious. We've had that before. Highly recommend. So, anywho, on the broccoli, let me tilt you down. So for my broccoli, I just have my plain broccoli florets here. I am going to spray them with a little bit of the olive oil spray. And then we're just going to season up with my favorite seasonings, which is salt and pepper, of course. And I'm going to try not to roast these too long in the oven. I mean, I want them to kind of be charred, but one time I roasted them and they come out and they were all black because I guess they were fresh. We'll see. But we're just going to do salt and pepper, and then garlic powder, some garlic salt, ground cumin, and chili powder. Here's my chili powder. And we're not going to go overly heavy. I don't want it to overpower the taste of the meatball the meatball bubble up whenever we eat it that night. I just want it to kind of enhance and be a good little side dish. Ground cumin. Again, you can season with whatever you like. Y'all know I love the chili powder and ground cumin. I just cannot get enough of it. We're going to do a little garlic salt and a little garlic powder. Oops, wrong side. That would have dumped a ton out. Okay, so that one is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to set it to the side. And then these are the veggies that's going to go along with the chicken. And this is a ton of zucchini because those were huge zucchini. Yeah, those zucchini are some of the biggest I've ever seen. But anyhow, what she says to do is this: put the veggies on a large grill tray or two. I probably should cook it with two. Spray with olive oil, season with salt and pepper, and cook. So we're just going to do what that says because we do have that other glaze that's going to go on top. So we're just going to olive oil spray it, salt and pepper. This will probably have to cook, which she says 8 to 10 minutes. That's not true in my opinion. I mean, I don't think that it will cook that fast, but we'll cook it for 10 minutes and then I'm going to give it a good stir because this is a lot of veggies. But I think it's going to have to cook for at least a half hour. And I still have my oven preheated to 375 from cooking the meatball sub bubble up. So we're just going to go in both this and the broccoli, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and mix up the oil, balsamic vinegar, honey, and salt in a bowl and have it ready to go over the veggies and the chicken once Charlie gets that done. So it's just 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to go in with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we need 1 tablespoon of honey and 3 tablespoons of the balsamic vinegar. There's 1, 2, 3. And then we'll just do 1 tablespoon of the honey. And I'm just going to mix this up and set it to the side again. Once the veggies and the chicken is done, then we just pour this over it. This actually smells really good. I love anything with balsamic vinegar in it. It's probably going to have to sit for about 30 minutes, so I will give it another good stir before I put it on. But that's it. I'm going to clean this up and we are going to make our hummus. And as far as my cookies this week, let me tilt you up here. I don't think that I'm actually going to make my cookies today because since my stomach was a little upset last week, I only ended up eating 2 servings, I think, of my cookies. I think I have 2 servings left. Hard for me to eat them last week for some reason. Most nights I just skipped it because there were 2 or 3 nights there where I just did not feel good. I don't know if the cookies that I have left are still good or not, but it's kind of getting late in the day and I have another video that I have to film. So I'm not making cookies today, but you can refer back to almost every one of my other videos if you want to see how to make the chocolate cookies. If I make them, it's probably going to be like Monday or Tuesday night or something. I just am running out of time today. The time has gotten away. Charlie just got back from Lowe's and Home Depot, which was a complete waste of time, and he kept calling me and texting me the whole time, which makes it really hard to try to film. And cook. So he's back, he's cooking the chicken. We're gonna try to wrap this up real quick so that I can get my other video film that I need to do and yeah, relax a little bit because it's already after 4 o'clock. But we did sleep in. I did sleep in until after 9 o'clock this morning and really didn't start cooking until nearly 2, to be honest, by the time that I got ready, and then we ate lunch and all of that stuff. And I really don't get in any hurry, you know, I kind of just go back and forth. Plus I'm doing my laundry today, so anyway, we're going to do the hummus because I need that, and I still have 2 servings of cookies left if they are still good, and otherwise I'm just going to make those later in the week for me. But I think that's it. I think that's the only updates. Okay, let's clean up and then make some hummus. Okay guys, I am going to make my taco spiced hummus. Again, this is from Emily Bites. I highly recommend this. This is the 3rd week in a row that I've made it. It is just a great little spicy, crunchy snack to have late in the afternoons. I love to have it at work. So I've already mixed up all of my spices in here just to make it easy. So this is 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of dried oregano. So all of that is in here, and then I just need to grab my Chobani non-fat Greek yogurt. Okay, so I have my chickpeas in here. They have been rinsed and drained. I'm going to go ahead and put those in, and then we need 2/3 of a cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So this is going to be, this is 1/3 of a cup, so I'm going to do 2 of these. Okay, so there I've got my chickpeas in and my Chobani non-fat Greek yogurt. You can use Fage, whatever brand you want to, it doesn't matter, just as long as it's plain non-fat. And I'm just going to sprinkle my seasonings around. And then we're going to blend it up for a good 5 minutes or so until it's nice and smooth. Okay, I think our hummus is done. I have blended it for a long time actually. Okay guys, so here is the completed hummus. You cannot hardly get any easier than that. It just takes a few minutes and it's 0 points on all plans according to Emily Bites. Of course, always plug everything into your recipe builder, but I love it. It's great. I love to eat it with the baby carrots, and it has become another daily staple of mine. It just helps me get in a little bit of a good crunchy snack that I've kind of been missing. But anyhow, so I'm going to put this up, and then we are going to plate up the meatball sub and broccoli and then the chicken and stuff. Okay guys, I need to make the quinoa to go along with our chicken and veggies. I almost completely forgot about it, but luckily this rice cooker will cook it in about 20 minutes or so. The veggies are still cooking in the oven. Charlie does have the chicken done, so it's just resting. So I'm going to do 2 cups of quinoa and then 4 cups of liquid. I'm going to use 1 can of chicken broth just to give it a little bit of flavor, and then just the rest water. I think the 1 can of chicken broth might be 2 cups worth, not sure, but I like to put the chicken broth in there to give it some flavor. And so I'm going to tilt you down here, and I hope that I have enough for 2 cups of quinoa, because that was one of the things. Don't look at my dirty dishes over there. Charlie's going to clean them up. But I've got 1 cup here. I had 2 like half empty bags, so we're just going to make whatever we have and just hope that it's close enough to 2 cups. That's pretty close. It's like 1 3/4 cups, but I'm just going to go ahead and add in the chicken broth and the water. So I have a can of chicken broth here. I'm going to measure that out. So there's 1 cup, 2 cups, so just a tad bit more than 2 cups in there. And we're just going to add in the rest water. And I just did a little under that 2nd cup of water since I had just a little less than 2 cups of quinoa. And we are going to turn her on and let it cook. There we go. It's already going. That's what I love about a rice cooker. So easy. So we will come back and plate everything up once this is done. And I am going to kind of turn it to the side because sometimes steam does come out of that way it doesn't hit my cabinet right there. Okay guys, I am ready to plate up the meatball sub bubble up and the broccoli. So I'm just going to use this container that has the 2 sides. I've already cut the meatball bubble up into 6 servings, I think. It's looking pretty good. I may have to try a little bite of it. We shall see. Well, a good little piece falls off that I can try.
I took a bite, and now I'm filled up. I don't know where you are tonight. Cause you're right, I've been starving and now I don't know what to do tonight. But I've been feeling like you're pretty easy to like. When your body is closer to mine, you got me feeling like there's no one other than you who can make me lose my mind. You start me up like
some of my pieces are bigger than other pieces. I did not cut evenly.
what are the odds we end up loving this? Spending every minute together. I found it.
It's got a pretty good flavor. Tasted a little bite. Pretty good. Try this one piece of turkey here. I like it. Alright, now let's just fill up the broccoli and that one will be ready.
I took a bite, and now I need more. I don't know how to make this right. Cause you're right, yeah, you're right. We are going too fast, but no, I don't know how to stop. But I've been feeling like you're pretty easy to like. When your body is closer to mine, you got me feeling like there's no one other than you who can make me lose my mind.
Okay guys, here is the meatball sub bubble up with the broccoli that I roasted in the oven. It actually tastes delicious. I just tasted one. Of course, the meatball reminds me of my turkey burgers since I use the tomato basil seasoning. So I really think that I'm gonna like this dish. I have not calculated the points yet. I'm gonna do that real quick so that I can say that at the end. But it should be around, I would say, 6 points or so a serving. And then of course the broccoli will be 0. But I will confirm that for you and either put it on the screen or say it at the end here. So anyway, I'm gonna plate up my chicken and veggies and quinoa now. Okay, so I have my quinoa ready here. I'm gonna put it in these 2 little end pieces, and then on the longer side of the container, I'm gonna have the chicken with the veggies. So we're gonna go ahead and just measure out the quinoa. We should have about a cup per container, I think. We're just gonna try to do maybe like a little bit less than a cup.
Let's go. Are you ready? You've been staring since I came in. I know you wanna get to know me. But honestly, I came with my girls, wanna dance by ourselves. Can't you tell? Baby, I have thick skin.
So there we go. Now let me grab my chicken and veggies. I just want y'all to see how nice this chicken and veggie platter looks. This smells delicious. That balsamic glaze and stuff that I poured over that, it's just kind of been sitting over here, you know, marinating with the veggies and everything. So now we're just gonna portion it out. Looks like we have a lot of chicken and a lot of veggies. So this will be another filling, hearty meal. If I have excess veggies, then I'm just gonna put them in this extra little container over here. But let's see how we do.
Too close, I might just lose it. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom. I think you're messing with the wrong girl. I bring the thunder, haven't you heard? But honestly, I just wanna dance with my girls here tonight. No man by our sides. Crystal clear that you're head over heels, but don't come any closer, my dear. Cause when I get mad, I cannot control what might happen. You think you can put your hands on my body. I'm no damsel in distress. Come too close, I might just lose it. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom. I knock you down.
Alright guys, here is the honey balsamic glazed chicken with veggies, and then just some quinoa there on the side, a cup of that. I will have to look and see how much the points are on this as well. I'm pretty sure the quinoa is 6 points for the cup, but I'm not sure how much the honey balsamic glazed chicken comes out to, but I will leave it here on the screen for you. And this is delicious. I've had this before, and it is just a great summer meal. You know, you can grill your chicken on the grill and roast your veggies, and it's just got that nice glaze on it. Highly recommend. Very delicious. Again, this is a Skinnytaste recipe. Okay guys, we have completed another successful meal prep. Over here I have my 7 containers of fruit and yogurt as usual. Those are for my lunches this week. For the rest of my lunch, for those of y'all that are new here, I usually take a turkey sandwich, or on Fridays I take one of my 4-point pizzas that I make. Okay, and then we have our 6 servings of the meatball sub bubble up that we will rotate out this week every other day, along with the honey balsamic glazed chicken and the quinoa here. So those are our 2 meals for the week. For those of you that are new, we alternate these meals Sunday night through Friday night. So one night we'll have this one night we will have this one. And then I did go ahead and make some extra of the 0-point marinara sauce. So I have 3 extra bags here that we are going to put in the freezer. I just used 2 cups for the meatball sub bubble up, and then went ahead and made this. And next week I'm going to make spaghetti, so I will have my 0-point sauce ready to go. And these are my scrambled eggs for the week. This will be my breakfast each morning. And then I made 10 strips of bacon, so every morning I will have one of these and 2 pieces of Oscar Mayer bacon. And then this is the 0-point hummus from Emily Bites that is taco flavored. I highly recommend this. It is delicious. I love to just eat the little baby carrots with it, and it is a perfect crunchy 0-point treat, especially if you get snacky in the afternoons at work like I do. Overall, another successful meal prep, so this is looking really good, y'all. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me for another Sunday meal prep. Hope that you try some of these meals. I know that the honey balsamic glazed chicken is delicious, and I tasted a bite of the bubble up, of course. Our reviews of that will be coming up in the weekly vlogs. And if you haven't already, check out my previous video, the grocery haul video, where I just kind of, you know, go through what I get and my meal plan and kind of how I do my groceries each week. I make it super simple. Basically, I plan 2 meals and then buy my basics, so not too difficult. But again, I think all of this is delicious, and looking forward to this week. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't yet already, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads. Also, be sure to like this video. It'll help get my video out there, get others to see it, help my channel to grow, all of that good stuff. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, I will leave my Instagram handle for you here as well on the screen. And also, I have a great Facebook group, like I mentioned earlier. There is a direct link down in the description box to that Facebook group. This is the icon for the group, and that way you can find it. It is called Finding Our Way. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see y'all in the next video.